Welcome, guys. Welcome to Power Up Lunch and Learn. I'm Kerry Woods with MarylandHousePros.com, and I'm actually here today by myself, but we're also usually joined by my co-host Harriet Hawkins with iGolden1Realty.com. And thank you guys for taking time out your busy day to be with us. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. It's a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about today. Well, actually, I got a lot to talk about the real estate industry, the real estate market, and what's going on. First of all, interest rates, guys. Interest rates. If you're in the market, you're thinking about buying, you need to get out there. You need to do it now. The rates are going up, and I was listening this morning. They were saying probably by the end of the year, the rates be back up to 6%, which is crazy. So it's really not a bad thing that the rates are going up right now, because what that does is going to stabilize the price, because the home prices can't go up at the same time interest rates are going up. So if you're thinking about buying, because we actually had this problem, we had some people that's qualified, right? And we out looking and looking and looking, and all of a sudden the rates went up and what they qualified went down. So it pretty much took themselves out the market. So if you on the fence, you say, hey, I'm gonna wait till April until the market actually open up, it's really not a good idea. You want to get in with a loan officer now. You want to get that rate locked for as long as possible, and you want to get out there and start looking at the houses. Same thing with the houses. If you're thinking about listing your house, right? So all the potential people that's actually qualified to get your house may be eliminated by the rates going up. So if the rates go up, it may eliminate a lot of people that actually had a chance to purchase your house. So if you think about listing your house, you might want to get it on the market now before the market open up in April, the spring market. So from spring all the way up to Labor Day, the market is hot. It's on fire. So if you think about listing your house, get in touch with a realtor, preferably us at I Go to One Realty and Concierge, and get your house on the market like ASAP. Beat the rush. What else we got to talk about? Cash value life insurance. Cash value life insurance. Guys, a lot of guys was coming to me. I've been to a couple of meetups this week, which are really great. And I want to speak on the meetups. These local guys are really, really great at what they're doing. They're doing some wonderful things. And the market here in the DC area is tremendous. We got guys doing, mega deals, from anything from great deals. So if you brand new and investing, and you haven't been out and talked to the local guys, went to the local REITs, you missing out on some great opportunities. And I can't say one is no better than others, just different opportunities. And all of them are actually great. But when you talk about, private money and hard money, and they was talking about, mutual funds and cash value life insurance. And I'm actually going to get somebody on the show to talk about the cash value life insurance, Roth RAs, self-directed RAs. Instead of borrowing that money, you can actually create your own money. You become the bank, especially with a cash value life insurance. That's one of the biggest secrets in this whole industry is the life insurance, and I talk about it all the time, guys. So you want to get with somebody, an insurance agent, right? And I'm gonna actually get one on the show, Marianne. I'm gonna get her on the show to talk about this. So we're gonna do our own little talk where you talk about how you can use a cash value life insurance to actually fund your deals. You can use that life insurance to fund your deals. We'll talk about Roth IRAs, self-directed RAs, mutual funds. I'm not too on mutual funds too heavy, but if you plan on using any mutual funds, use Vanguard, because they don't have all the hidden fees, and they don't have the markups that most mutual funds have. So with mutual funds, you definitely want to understand what's going on with those and look for those hidden fees. Actually, a lot of people, they say, oh, it's no fees, no fees. Anytime you see a commercial, and you paying for that commercial. You guys, you're paying through that commercial with your fees. So they use those fees, to pay for those commercials. And I think it's called a GB12 fee or something, but they're going to tell you it's no fees. And the thing with mutual fund, every time you trade or sell a mutual fund, when you give them money, they go buy stock. When you want to get rid of it, they sell stock. They buy and sell stock. And somebody pay for that. So when they tell you it's no fees involved, they're actually lying to you. Ask them who pays for those trades. So, spring cleaning, springtime is the right time. You get your stuff together, get your credit, get your house together, and it's time to get into the market. So this is March, and usually the market open up around about April when the weather breaks. Everybody wants to get a house. So what can you do with spring cleaning to get yourself right, get yourself together? First of all, the market probably will slow down a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do because the rates are up, right? Because the rates are up, I don't think it's going to be as As good as it was this time last year, but at the same time, I think the market still is on fire. You know, the demand for housing is still there. You know, we actually have more buyers than we have sellers, so we're still in the sellers market. And noticing that, you know, the houses are starting to stay on the market a little longer, but still in this area, the demand is housing for housing is actually ridiculous. A lot of new projects going on in the DC area. If you live in the DC area and you're a real estate agent or you're a real estate investor, you need to be aware of what's going on. You know, what's it, Berry Farms? You know, DC lined up millions of dollars to demolish Berry Farms. So what's coming next for that area? You know, being an investor or being an agent, like, oh, if I know they plan on demolishing that area and building it back up, what's around it? That's going to increase the value around it. So what's around it that I can get right now, maybe hold on to, become a speculator instead of an investor, and hope that the prices go up so I can actually flip it once they get through in rehabbing that particular area. Also, was it Session Quarters? Session Quarters was just bought for $60 million, which I think was a steal by Toll Brothers. I don't know how they got such a good deal. I don't know who they know. But, you know, Section Quarters is right there, First Street, Northwest, close to everything. New York, I mean, it's like prime land. So I don't know how they got that 6 acres for $60,000. It's really a steal, but great development. Same thing. You want to get a jump on those. You want to figure out what's the community, surrounding communities, and see if you get an opportunity getting it. So think about it, guys. You got Berry Farms leaving. You got Section Quarters. Then if Amazon gets stationed here, and you know, it's a lot of talk about them being over at the old RFK or at the RFK Stadium. If they get, I mean, this whole area can be booming as far as housing is concerned. The market would be absolutely crazy, ridiculously on fire. But you know, with those projects going on, you might want to get out there and get the jump on the area and see exactly, put yourself ahead of the market. Excuse me. See how you can position yourself so when those changes start to take place, you one step ahead of them. One step ahead of them. Also, veterans. I don't know why you guys. Hey, Mariana, I'm gonna get you on the show to talk about these cash value life insurance. You know, if veterans, you know, I was talking to a veteran earlier. He was talking about he was renting. I think he was paying like $1,600 a month. If you're a veteran, listen to me carefully. If you are a veteran, you should not be paying rent nowhere. You can use your VA loan, and you can get to a house with zero down. VA got a loan for just for veterans, zero down. So what that means to you, if you can get the seller to pay your closing costs, right? If you can get the seller to pay your closing costs, you will absolutely pay zero out your pocket. So if you can get into something where the seller pays your closing costs and you can afford the monthly rent there is about the same as your mortgage payment, why are you renting? If you're a veteran, you need to get with a loan officer ASAP. You need to get a loan with a loan officer ASAP. Because if you're paying rent, you can be paying a mortgage. And when you're paying a mortgage, you're actually building up equity in the property over a period of time. When you're paying rent, you're actually paying somebody else's mortgage, helping them build up equity in their property. So you're not creating wealth. If you're a veteran and you're renting, get with a loan officer. See what you can do. There's no reason whatsoever why veterans should be renting anything, especially when with that zero out of pocket VA loan. So if you can get the seller to pay your closing, different ways to get the sellers to pay your closing costs, so you don't have to come out your pocket with anything, zero. So if you can get a house with zero out of pocket and it be the same as about what you're paying in rent now, why wouldn't you do it? A lot of people that's not veterans would definitely take advantage of that program. So, you know, veterans, stop paying rent. Go get you a house, right? So get you a house. Oh, also in DC, guys, something exciting happened with Topher. Those of you familiar with Topher, it's like, you know, we stop these guys from using their houses as a hostage program. So Topher for single family residential homes. I'm not sure about the multi-units, but I don't think it's the multi-unit. But Topher is gone. You know, Topher is pretty much non-existent right now. So they still working, I guess, to finalize it. But I think that's absolutely great news. Some people might not be happy with it, but I think it's absolutely great news because I've been seeing it used against the homeowners for different reasons. But Topher is absolutely gone. So DC got some good stuff going on. So we just talked about Berry Farms being demolished. Search some quarters being redone over. We got Topher is gone, and then we may have Amazon at the RFK Stadium. Man, it's some great things going on. So as investors, even as real estate agents, even as residents of the area, it's a lot of stuff going on. Even over across in Northern Virginia, it's so much development going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. You got to love real estate. So what else I got? To rent to own service, told brother. Flipping houses. Flipping houses, I was reading also, flipping houses are what they call real estate investing is at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high, and the profits are still there. But they say the profits are shrinking for the investors, but it's at an all-time high. So they're not making as much as they used to. And probably the reason why, because it's more competition. I know the national gurus and all these TV programs always tell these people, oh, you can flip this house, you can flip this house, and make all this money. So many people get into it, and the more get into it, the more competition, and I guess the lower the profits. But it's really great, guys. If you're thinking about getting into real estate investing, don't wait. You need to do it now because, with the new tax laws, there's never been a better time to get into real estate investing. Never been a better time. So if you're thinking about it, get off the fence. Come on, jump in and get into the real estate investing. Also, HUD made some changes to Section 8, guys. I'm not sure if you're paying attention to it. So the vouchers now, they changed the voucher program. You can use those vouchers. They actually, instead of going in certain areas, they doing it by zip codes now. So whatever the rent price in that zip code, that's what they offer those vouchers for. Some people can actually lose, some people can actually gain. So real estate agents, or if you actually own a Section 8 voucher, you want to look into some of those changes, because you're getting bigger vouchers now, so you can get more flexibility where people want to go. And one of the reasons they done it, because they noticed that most of the people in the urban areas and near the transportation, wasn't taking the vouchers. It wasn't taking them, and it forced the guys outside the city, which made them require transportation, other means and methods to get to work. So they say, hey, let's come in more creative. Let's make it affordable so they can actually live closer to the transportation. They can maintain jobs, and everybody's a win-win for everybody. So, DC, you got the law. You can't discriminate against Section 8 vouchers. You can't. So you just can't. So opportunities are great, guys. Look at all the housing that's coming. Look at all the development that's coming, and that news with Section 8. So if you're an investor, knowing this, right, you get you some properties, stick those guys in there, and have them pay your mortgage for the next 15 to 30 years. And guess what? You bought a property free and clear. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. But that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's talk about one of the things I've been doing. And I'm trying to adjust this chair, you see me. But one of the things I've been doing, I've been having a really, really good time, very successful time, is the lease options. So the lease options where you can actually lease the property now, then buy it back, and then not buy it back, then buy it at a later date. So same thing with a car. If you ever go into a ar dealership, it says you lease a car, and then you turn around and you can actually buy that car at a later time. Same program. So guys, for lenders, real estate agents, guys, if you got people that's on the fence and they need to be qualified and it's going to take them a year, maybe they're coming out of bankruptcy and foreclosure, it's going to take a while, look into the lease option. Lease Options is a really, really great program. And the cool part about it is you can lock today's prices in for the future purchase, right? So let's say the house is $200,000 a day, and they do a 1 year lease option, and if say it went up 10%, it's $210. Now they got $10,000 worth of equity, so you can lock in today's prices for a future purchase, which is really cool. So that's one thing that you guys want to look into. Miss Fullwood, how are you? So that's something that you want to look into. So I've been very, very successful with that. Excuse me. So what else we got? As far as the spring market, as far as listing our houses, I'm not sure if we're going to do a spring special. Like I said, we don't have the agent here today to talk about. Harriet's not here, but I'm quite sure we're going to have something for the homeowners. So, we're going to have a spring special so we get out there and get the market, get a jump on the market, and get you guys out there. So if you're thinking about listing your house, one of the things you want to make sure that your curb appeal. And one of the things is curb appeal is how attractive is the house outside. Then you want to clean it up and get it inside. Cool? Cool. So what else I have here? We talked about the rent on. We talked about toll brothers, flipping, HUD changes. Residential overhead. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, DC also has something going. DC, they just start the overhaul of the was it the east side or south side of St. Elizabeth for residential. So man, this is so cool. So St. Elizabeth, they just started some change, but they gonna actually start the overhaul for. They gonna put some residential units over there on that land. So real, they just started that project too. So it's a lot going on in DC. So guys, if you're a real estate agent or investor that you're not in DC trying to get those deals, or you're not licensed, you might want to look into getting licensed in DC. It's opportunity after opportunity presenting itself. So we're talking about Berry Farms. They about to demolish Berry Farms, and they're gonna probably rebuild. Not probably, they are gonna rebuild that. There's gonna be opportunity there, and then the residential part of St. Elizabeth. Right there, I think they got Homeland Security, but now they about to bring the residential side over there, which is really cool. Topher is gone, which is really cool. Amazon may become an RFK. Oh man, it's so much. If you can't get excited about that, you can't get excited about anything. You can't get excited about anything. So much is going on. It's really, really cool. Really, really cool. So definitely gonna get that started. And far as real estate investing, we do teach classes at I go to one Realty Concierge along with MarylandHousePros.com. We're not sure when the next class going to be, but we definitely going to have probably by the end of this month come up with a date for you guys, so we can actually get you guys out into the community, because this is the opportunity. This is now. If you're working just over broke a job and you're looking for another means to make money, guys, I'm gonna tell you this business right here, you can make more than doctors and lawyers. And it doesn't take hard work, but it takes work on a consistency. So you got to be consistent with it. You're consistent with it. You do a couple of deals, you decide you like it, you want to turn it into a business. You can make more than a doctor and lawyer. You can set yourself up for generational wealth in this business. And it's really, really simple. Easy. In real estate investing, usually you start off as what they call a bird dog. And bird dog, basically, you just finding properties for another investor. You earning while you learn. You find them the properties, they pay for the properties, they'll go work their deals, and you can actually watch, as they go through. Then you go from bird dog into wholesale. So wholesaling, all you're doing is putting a property on a contract, and you selling your interest in that contract for a fee. So they say you wholesale to pay the bills. Wholesale is pretty good. Average wholesale fee right now is about $20,000, $30,000 that you're making off these properties, which is not bad. Then you go from wholesaling to rehabbing, right? So you wholesale to pay the bills. You rehab for a profit. So you go into rehabbing a little more risk. You got to deal with contractors and permits, but the rewards on the other side is great. Because some of the rehabs these guys are going now, they're getting these properties maybe for $400,000 and $500,000. And they sell them like close to $900,000 to $1 million. So the return on a rehab can be absolutely great. So once you start rehabbing, then you go into the buy and own and rental for building that generational wealth. So you wholesale. Well, you start off bird dog and then learn the business. You wholesale to pay the bills. You rehab to make the money, and you buy and hold for generational wealth. And, beyond the buy and hold, then you can find yourself, drifting off into commercial and other opportunities. And I love this business because the more you learn, the more you associate with different people, the more opportunities that's going to present itself. So like I said earlier, it's so many good local real estate groups in this area that you guys actually want to learn this business. You definitely need to find out what days they're meeting, and you need to go out and meet with them. When you get there, introduce yourself to the person that's running it. Say, hey, I'm brand new to real estate investing. Who do I need to be talking to in this room that's so serious about real estate investing? And they're going to point you in the right direction. I mean, these guys are absolutely great at what they do. So it's a lot of opportunities going on, a lot of opportunities. So if you don't want to miss that opportunity, like I said, the biggest thing about this business is activity. It's all about activity. You don't have to do nothing but be active. Be active. Don't try to learn it. Somebody already learned. They already paved the way for you. You don't have to learn everything about contracting. You don't have to learn about permits. All you need to find somebody that already know that. Speaking of that, find yourself a good mentor. If you're brand new to the business, even if you're in the business and you're struggling, because the opportunities here, you shouldn't be struggling.
It's something that you're doing wrong. It's something that you're doing wrong. You probably don't know what it is. So find yourself a good mentor. Sit down with that mentor. Put you guys a game plan in place, to take you to another level, to take you to another. And speaking at the first quarter is over at the end of this month. So everybody that sat down and did their monthly, weekly, yearly goals, where are you? Where are you? You're going to sit down and measure yourself. What have I accomplished? Where am I at? Did I reach my goal? Was I consistent? Am I where I need to be? Am I on schedule this quarter to meet my yearly goals? And if not, you may have to do some adjustments. So you want to go back, you want to look at your deals. You want to look at your numbers, what you spent in marketing, how was you marketing? Look at where your deals are coming from. What was your biggest source of deals? What's your biggest source of deals? Once you found out what your biggest source of deals were, now figure out what was your most profitable source. So you may have got a lot of deals from, say, from mailings, right? You may have got a deals from mailings, but you may got more profit from the deals that came from your friends and family, from your network, and which it seems that we're really the case with us. We get the bigger profits from our relationships. We get the most deals from our marketing. So you want to sit back and look at all of them. If you don't know how, like I said, get you a mentor, sit down with them and say, hey, look. And when those numbers, right, once you start looking at that stuff and see what you're doing, it tell you exactly what you should be doing. It tell you where you're going wrong in your business. So you can actually look at it. It's like a roadmap. You say, okay, it'll show you where the streets are blocked. It'll show you where the red lights are, where the green lights are. And you can just reroute yourself. But if you don't have a plan to fail. If you don't have a plan to fail. You got to know exactly what your target is and what your plan is. So you're never going to know if you reach the goal if you don't set goals. Like I talk about it all the time. It's like going to a range without a target and just shooting. You don't know if you're getting better or not. Right? So if you don't have a plan, it's not too late. Opportunity is still here. You can sit down, put yourself a plan together. And I do a daily and weekly schedule, right? So you want to put you a daily schedule, put you a weekly schedule, and be consistent. And that's how you be successful in the business. You got to be consistent because it's all about marketing. It's all about marketing. It's all about consistency. So if you're going to start today and stop tomorrow, start today and stop tomorrow, it's probably not going to get you. It's not going to get you nowhere. You're not going to be too successful in doing it. So end of the quarter, end of this year. So sit back and say, hey, what have I done from January till March? What do I need to improve on? What do I need to change? And what's working for me and what's not working for me? I need to get rid of this. I need to bring this in. Am I on point to make my goals for the whole year? And if you are, congratulations. If not, you need to change some things. If you don't know how, definitely get yourself a mentor, especially in this area. If you're in this area and you're not doing deals because you're not doing something right, there's plenty of deals out here. There's no such thing as competition in this business. There's no such thing as competition in this business. It's all about activity. And also, guys, remember, this is a relationship business, right? The better your relationships, the more money you're going to make. So, go out, meet these people, form these relationships, form some friends, and make them friends your bird dogs. Make them friends your bird dogs. Go back over your sphere of influence for the last 90 days, for the first month. Everybody that you reached out to, that you called potentially to sell a house, call them again. Call them again. See if the house is sold. See if they changed their mind. They may have been trying to sell that house, right? And realized they couldn't sell that house. Now they're using it as a rental. In the market open up, they might be wanting to sell it. So definitely reach out to everybody you reached out to in the past 90 days. But your friends and family, if you're not reaching out to your friends and family, you're missing business. You're missing business. You need to let them know what you do. You need to do that on a consistent basis. So actually do this. When you sit down and do your quarterly goals, make sure that every quarter you put down, reach out to my friends and family, my sphere of influence, remind them that you're still in the business. And you want to do that every 60 to 90 days because if you forget about them, they're going to forget about you. And next thing you're like, oh, I forgot you was in the real estate. Oh, yeah, I just sold that $1 million mansion. I forgot you was in real estate. It's not their fault. It's your fault. Right? So you got to reach out to those guys. And you want to do that anyway. Everybody that you touch, that you call and say, hey, you thinking about selling your house, reach back out to them. See where they are. People's life change. Every situation change. Nothing stays the same. That's the good thing about life. What the problem today is gone tomorrow. So you can't beat it. Yep. So definitely do that. So, and when, like I said, we got our classes coming up probably at the end of this month. We're actually gonna have the lease option class, and we're gonna have the wholesaling class coming up again. So with our wholesaling, which is really cool, we teach you how to do it nationwide. So as long as you got a cell phone and a laptop, you can wholesale nationwide, which is really cool. Same thing with the lease option. As long as you got a cell phone and a laptop, you can wholesale nationwide. Nationwide. Cool. So, guys, hey, don't forget some of the stuff I went over in DC. I'm going to end this early because, I'm here by myself. But don't forget, they demolishing Berry Farms. Once they tear down, they rebuild up. So think about that area. It's right by the metro, right by the highways, you right by the roads. Man, that's prime real estate. That's prime real estate, right? So Berry Farms is leaving, right? St. Elizabeth, same thing. Nice area. Nice area. They already got the government over there, government buildings. They're going to put residential over there. They're going to put residential over there. Session quarters. Toll Brothers just bought 6 acres for $60 million. And I'm talking about a really nice development. Toll Brothers is a luxury builder. So the area is going to be really, really nice. So you might want to get a jump on that too. So go look at the map. See what Toll Brothers have. See what they plan on developing. And then go outside that area. Go within a mile radius, 2-mile radius outside that area, and see if you can find you some deals. Because when Toll Brothers force that appreciation in that area, them houses ain't gonna have no choice but to come up with that development, right? So cool. And also the HUD changes, which is really cool. So HUD change, instead of getting a voucher set on a different number, they've given a voucher set by what the rents are in that zip code now. So, you look at somewhere like DC, which got, high rent values. Now you can actually put guys in bigger spaces. So if you're an investor and you say, hey, look, what does that mean for me? A lot of people shy away from the vouchers, but if you can get an opportunity to put somebody in your property and actually get HUD to pay for it for 15 to 20 years until the mortgage is gone, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? And how you safeguard? You put your home warranty in place. And you make sure that, hey, you go and check your property every 30, 60 to 90 days to make sure nothing major damage. So you got insurance. So anything major happen to the property is covered by insurance. I would also make my tenants get renters insurance. Make sure they cover it. So I get the HMS home warranty, so they're not calling me talking about the hot water heater's broke or the dishwasher not work. And then the government is paying for that property for you. Great opportunity. So I'm telling you, it's a lot of good things going on there. So don't miss out. What else we got? So also, cash value life insurance, guys. Cash value life insurance. Make sure, first of all, that if you're brand new to real estate investing, don't just run out there and start your LLC. You need to talk to an accountant or financial planner about how to set up your company. It's all going to be different from how you plan on using it. If you're going to use it for buy and hold, or if you're going to use it for rehab, and if you're just using it for wholesaling, it's totally different. You want to make sure you set up, because you can't change it later once you do it. So definitely talk to a tax consultant or a financial planner before you set that up. But cash value life insurance, you want to look at it. If you're an investor and you don't have a self-directed IRA, a Roth IRA, or a mutual fund or something, you guys, you're missing out. I love life insurance. It's one of the best kept secrets in the world. And I'm going to see if I can get that on the next show, how you can use these cash value life insurance. You can use index universal life, and you can actually borrow against this money, use this money and put it back tax free, which is cool. Now you don't have to use hard money. Or you can, guess what? You can become that hard money lender by borrowing them the money from your life insurance and lending that money out and getting a return on that money tax free. So it's such a big kept secret, but it's great secret. So that's all I have today, guys. So I'm gonna be out on that note. Peace and love. Get a peace. Love it.